Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make this delicious Korean classic, Bibimbap. And traditionally this dish usually contains anywhere from like 5 to 7 or 8 different kinds of vegetables and one main meat dish. But because we are lazy here at Tasty Lazy Cooking, I'm going to just be using 2 classic vegetables that are totally in season and are going to be just absolutely delicious. So for the beef marinade, we are going to be using very simple ingredients that you probably already have at home. We're going to be using some onion, soy sauce, sugar, and apple cider vinegar. This recipe calls for 1 portion of finely chopped onion. I'm using a 1/4 cup here. 1 portion of soy sauce. 1 portion of sugar. My mom's recipe calls for mirin, but because I don't have that and I want some of that kind of sweet tanginess, I'm going to be using apple cider vinegar. So, you just need 1/2 portion. So, because this is a lot stronger than mirin, I'm going to put even less than half, maybe 1/4. And then the recipe calls for 3 portions of water. So using the same 1/4 cup, I'm just putting 3 portions of water. Give this a thorough mix until all that sugar is dissolved. This is the easiest marinade you will ever make, and I know you probably already have most of these ingredients at your home. If you don't got mirin or apple cider vinegar, you can definitely use some white vinegar or anything to give it that little bit of tang. Alright, so all that sugar is now dissolved and we can start marinating our beef. Okay, the key to this recipe is ground beef, guys. We don't need any kind of fancy cut. I've got about 3 pounds here, and of course I set a little bit aside for Keto. I love using ground beef for this recipe. It's not a traditional cut that you're supposed to use, but the marinade just gets into all those nooks and crannies that the ground beef already has, so it becomes super infused with all that delicious marinade. Now that I've broken down all the meat, I'm just gonna flatten it so that it gets contoured to the shape of the bowl. The reason for that is because when we pour in our delicious marinade, we want it all to be submerged. Just like that. All right. Sometimes I like to dig a hole in the meat just to make sure that just to make sure that marinade really gets through to all the nooks and crannies of that meat. Oh yeah, guys, this is gonna be so good. Alright, so as you can see, our meat is totally saturated in that beautiful marinade. I'll show you a side view here so you can just see all of that delicious soaked up goodness. And we're just going to cover this up and pop this in the fridge for 30 minutes and work on our veggies. I personally love to use carrots and zucchini in my bibimbap dish because they are found in the traditional Korean bibimbap. The color contrast is gorgeous, and they were on sale. But really just pick whatever 2 vegetables you love the most and you're gonna love this dish. So cute! So with the carrots, I like to slice them thinly on the diagonal so that they make these cute little discs. And I don't know about you, but it's funner to eat your food when they are in cute little shapes. And with the zucchini, I like to just chop off both ends and then slice it up lengthwise and take my knife and just start chopping it up to make these cute little half moon shapes. And look at this veggie smiley face. Yes. Now that I've got all my delicious veggies chopped up, I'm going to preheat a very large skillet pan and start sauteing the beef. Searing? Sauteing. Oh yeah. Alright guys, I basically made a giant ground beef patty in my large skillet. I don't want to break the ground beef up like you typically would because I want it to get nice and golden brown on the other side. So So after about 10 minutes, the bottom of the beef should be nice and golden brown, and I like to just flip them over in small manageable pieces. If you're a professional chef and you can flip this huge patty over all at once, then by all means be my guest. But I did not want to you know, create a hot mess, so I'm just gonna be flipping these guys in little manageable chunks. This is what it looks like after we flip them all over. You can see the bottoms were nice and golden brown, and it's still bubbling away all those juices. Keto, do you smell the delicious beef? Oh, I think you do. I think you do smell the delicious beef. I see that tail wagging. I know, it smells so good, doesn't it? All right, back to the beef, guys. Let's open up these pieces a little bit, see if it's still pink. Okay, so it's looking pretty good, and at this point we're gonna start breaking it up a little bit more because we don't want any of those pink bits. Any large pieces like this, definitely break those up basically into like bite-sized pieces, bite-sized pieces of beef. You can make a small little portion for your dog. You know, we love feeding Keto here at the Tasty Lazy Kitchen, and I don't want to give him any of this because it has onions, and onions are toxic to dogs. So we're just gonna make him a little portion that has no additives in it. Alright guys, I just washed the same pot I used to marinate the beef and transferred the beef back in here. And I'm going to use the same pot to saute up my carrots. Alright, let's see if Keto wants some ground beef. You like that ground beef, do you? Look at that tail. He's excited. Alright, back to the carrots. I've just seasoned them with some salt and pepper. Let's give them a nice toss. They are looking good. The secret ingredient to making anything taste Korean is sesame oil. So just put a nice helping of that just at the end for aromatics, and it's going to really infuse that Korean flavor in there. Alright, these carrots are looking perfect and glossy in that sesame seed oil. I've just transferred them to a plate on the side and put the zucchinis in here. I like to cook the zucchinis at the end because they are the fastest to cook, so everything will still be warm. Keto's just waiting here now for food. Keto, you want to try carrot? He's like, it's not the beef. Alright guys, I just hit this with some salt and pepper. And you can see they're already turning that amazing golden brown color, but still maintaining that beautiful green shell. I love zucchini because it'll make me fit into a bikini eventually, while drinking a martini. I'm excited for the zucchini, okay? Alright guys, our zucchini is looking pretty good, so we're just going to add our sesame seed oil and place them aside. Alright guys, I've set aside all the zucchini. It's clearly overflowing, but don't worry. We'll be eating all of that very soon. Forgot to mention that you have to add sesame seed oil to the beef as well for the final touch to give it that delicious Korean flavor. Alright guys, here is the final delicious bibimbap. I've just garnished it with some black sesame seeds and some green onion. But look at how beautiful this is, and it's going to taste amazing. I cannot wait. Okay guys, it's time for the final taste test. I have yet another very special guest. My good friend Leslie.
Pleasure to be here.
Yes, we're very hungry and I can't wait for you to try this delicious bibimbap bowl with me. By the way, we both checked and we're not COVID positive. We're sharing.
We are in each other's bubbles.
Yes. All right, so this is the perfect bite. It's got a little bit of everything. Cheers.
Cheers. It's really good. Is this popo mine?
I mean, there's a lot of food in there. Oh no, it's not focusing.
Is it good, Vanessa?
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
The beef is definitely the star of the show. What did you say, Leslie?
Really good.
All right, so I've taken a little bit of Keto's non-oniony ground beef and a little bit of rice and carrots and zucchini to make a little bibimbap for Keto, who's been waiting here so patiently. Keto, would you like your own bibimbap? Oh, yummy! Oh. And it's gone in what, 5 seconds? Do dogs even chew? You gotta chew your food, Keto. Keto, did you like that? Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed my take on the easy Korean bibimbap, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. You know I cannot wait to see your tasty lazy creations, so be sure to tag me on Instagram at TastyLazyCooking because we can all use a little more TLC.